Good day and welcome to yet another edition of Game Time with Marco. Thank you very much for joining us and thank you for your views, your comments. And if you haven't liked our page, please do so by subscribing and liking, and make sure that you do give us some suggestions on who you would like to see sitting on the famous couch here. And like I said, today we have another very special edition. We have one of the biggest men in football at the moment. He's the man of the moment. We've been trying to get him here for some time and we didn't struggle that much. I think the stars aligned very well that we have him today, because a very important announcement was made this past week by the Namibian Football Association, and is the man that will help us just understand that a little bit in terms of what does it mean for football. And let me introduce to you the man himself, that is Mr. Mabos Vries. Mr. Mabos, thank you for joining us, and it's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Marco, for inviting me
Yes.
to this special program of yours.
Yeah, we are going to talk football. Like I said earlier on, a very big, important announcement that has been made. We'll talk about it later, not for now. But for now, we just want to know you, as a football person, Mabos Vries. Where did it start?
Yeah, thank you, Marco. You see, I'm one of those people who don't want to talk about me myself. I always like to talk about football.
If you don't talk about yourself,
yes,
who's going to talk about you?
My results should talk about myself, not me.
No, the results have already spoken about it.
Yes.
We know what you have done in terms of playing for Orlando Pirates, being a goalkeeper there. We want to know about you. Where did it start? Yeah.
Yes, actually, I grew up in Walfish Bay.
Walfish Bay?
Yes.
Okay.
My primary school, all those primary stuff I attended in Walfish Bay. Then I moved to the south. When I was a youngster, I started playing street football as well as all the other people.
In Walfish Bay?
In Walfish Bay, yeah. My teammates was the Cocos and the Enosos and the Peles, Lake Gregory. So with a big bunch of guys who have played, we are from Sea Point. We are Sea Point products, yes. So we had a very big area, we had a clean area where we could play our football and stuff. But I also grown up with Eddie Kluter, may his soul rest in peace. His sister was married to my father's brother, and I stayed with Eddie some 2 years in Narawal, although my parents have been staying in Quishabund. But coming back to how football starts with me, as I said, I started in a straight to Walfish Bay, and then I was an infield player. I was never a goalkeeper when I grown up playing football. So only at my secondary school years that I became a goalkeeper. I was playing in the D team of the school. There's a D team at the school in Zuiderlig High School, and I was a midfielder. And one day our goalkeeper didn't pitch up, and the coach asked, "Who want to go in the goals?" I said, "No, let me try it out." And after that match, as they are saying, everything became history. Yeah, and then the teacher just decided, no, from here on, next week you will start playing for the B team of the school. So I've been promoted as a goalkeeper, playing infield for the D team to be B team of the school. So that's where it started. After that, we as youngsters in Keetmanshoop, we came together. We started also playing our street football, the Laggy Bostaners and the Malan van der Westreisen. Few of my guys passed on that we started young beauties with. We were also playing in the streets. But in 1979, we have decided, now colleagues, let's make our team formal. And then we started putting our 5 cents and 10 cents together to buy our first kit. So we actually started playing, I think in August 1979, that's where young beauties hopefully start playing football. And I've been playing also at the school level. 1980, I've been promoted to the A team at school. And then before we formed Young Beauties, I was also playing for King Pele a few matches as number 2 goalkeeper. But when we formed Young Beauties, I became number 1, straight into number 1. And then until 81, that I was always number 1 goalkeeper. And then we came to Windhoek.
Before we go, sorry to cut you. Young Beauties, where were they playing at that time? Were they playing in Keetmanshoop?
Yeah, we have been based in Keetmanshoop.
Oh, okay.
But we have been dominating the whole Southern football by then.
Okay, so you
especially
go to Lutherets.
Yes, Lutherets, who won a tournament in Lutherets. Actually, we played with the one game I played with. For the first time I came in, Lutherets was 1981. So we played against in a tournament. Our first match was against the Oranje Moon team. There was the Boy Jadilas, Capolos, and the Indies, Damaseb and them. They've been playing in the team of CDM. And I was a small boy, but with a big heart. Yes. And we've been drawn against them the first match, and Uncle Henry Schultz said, no, it can't, because we have not been part of the time that you play the draws.
Yeah.
So they redraw it, and again, same team. So we played against them. It was not easy for me, because these guys will say, no, this Boyki, today, we'll send him to the grave. And I said, no, it's fine. I know myself. I'm confident. Yeah. So we beat them 2-0, and then we play the final against Bucks. Actually, the time was not on our side. We were still 1-0 leading, and then got dark, and the match had been postponed. But we played against, from Luther, from Uppington, Babylon Chiefs. They also played. We also played against them. We beat them 5-0. Hey. With a very strong, youthful team by then. Lucky Bosaner, myself, Magalan, Lapis, Laborlot, Justice Passon. So and then we came to Windhoek in April for April tournament. Yeah. They put us the first game against Chief Sanders, 10 o'clock in the evening. You see, first time in a big stadium. First
where
time
was that?
No, yes, Independence.
Independence Stadium.
Yeah, but that one it was Tartan Ban.
That time, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
by that, before Independence. Yeah. So we played against Chief Sanders, 10 o'clock in the evening. First time on the grass field. First time big stadium. First time under floodlights. That was surprising. We have to pay it, because these guys have heard about these young BDs. So we played them. We beat Chief Sanders 2-1 that evening. The next day against Chelsea again, 10 o'clock in the evening. We lost against Chelsea extra time 2-1. And from there on, people start knowing us.
But why was the reason to put you at 10 o'clock at night?
It's because tactics, football tactics. But it was part of our growing pains. Yes, as footballers.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. So, okay, you have played those tournaments. You are talking about being part of the people that formed Young Beauties. You are confusing me.
Yes.
Because I know you from Orlando Pirates.
I'm born and bred Young Beauties. Orlando Pirates kept me from Young Beauties.
Oh.
Yes. So okay. I started joining Orlando Pirates 1981 when I was still at school. Actually, when I came to Windhoek, I was training with Black Africa. And you see, during our time, you can't come from the south and start playing for Black Africa. And Steve Stefanos and Elvis and Kambariba, them approached me and said, you are coming from the south and you are playing for Black Africa. Do you know the danger you're going through now? And then I've been lobbied through to Orlando Pirates. And then I started joining Orlando Pirates during the June holidays. Yeah, that's how I became Orlando Pirates.
So you almost caused the mini war there with people in the south, putting the family in danger.
Yes.
So when you go to Orlando Pirates, who did you find there?
By then, were great players that was playing for Orlando Pirates. Alu was the captain. Ambrosius 5, big men, Nonusep, Stick. The goalkeeper was, by then, it was Leva. No, it was Eben Gauzep. Eben was a goalkeeper. Then you have Kambariba. You have Franz. Gapes was there. Midfielders were Brian Greaves, Ambrosius 5. Forwards, Norris. One of the stars.
Brian Greaves, I know Brian Greaves.
Norberto Corasep was one of the stars by then. Yes. And then, Bandi Namasep, and then joined after all. And Moloya Amadila was also there, one of the strikers. So there were big names in Orlando Pirates. By those years, Orlando Pirates was normally represented by 3-4 players. Oh, Doc Hartley. My man. Yes.
So how was it for you? You are a young boy coming from the south. You find all these big names in front of you. Even the goalkeeper is a top goalkeeper. How was it for you?
You see, when you came from, especially from the south, you must have in football, you must have a big heart.
In general?
Yeah, in general. Because you came in a territory where people have already been there. And those people will try to push you out. But what you should do is you should be committed to football. You see, when we start playing football, there was only one thing in life for us, it was football, nothing else.
And you're not playing for money.
No, it was nothing. Even if you're traveling, you are paying to travel.
Yes.
You are paying for your meals. You are paying for your accommodation. It doesn't matter wherever you are going to stay. You need to contribute. That was, you are buying your own boots. The only thing that most of the time you will get from a team is a shirt. Yes. Socks and stuff you need
buy
to
for
yourself.
Yeah.
You buy it for yourself because it belongs to you. Yes, those are the days that, and the beautiful thing is that training wise, up until today, I'm asking myself, but who was our coaches? Why do we have special players during that time? I look to myself, I'm asking myself, apart from the basics I got from Eddie Kluter, who was my goalkeeper coach?
And I was going to ask you about that because I've had a couple of goalkeepers sitting here, and none of them told me who their coach was.
No. It was by instinct, probably.
So are we suggesting that coaches are killing players?
No. You see, coaches were not exposed. There was limited coaching courses presented here locally, but the players themselves, it was natural football that we have played. Even one man that was, what impressed me was two of them in the Pirates, was Doc Hartley and Ambrosius Five. I was asking myself, but who coached these two people? But the tactics and stuff they've been doing on the field, without even the ball, systems that they have shown us how to move,
as a team,
especially off the ball play, was a very important thing for them. Nowadays, people think that the one who's penetrating is the one with the ball. Is off the ball, running. That was the focus point. Yes.
But I mean, we can look at it also. I just asked you that, are we saying coaches are destroying football? But we can also look at it that if you are playing without anybody shouting or directing you, you are using your own brain to think, and it helps you do whatever you want to do, and you see the move in your brain and you execute it with your body.
Yeah, because you see, what we have done in the Pirates is, you know who is the leader in the back.
Yeah.
You know who is the leader in the midfield. You know who is the leader in the forwards.
Yeah.
For example, when we played, most of the time, when you know there is a guy with speed, I became the sweeper of the team. So I pick up all the loose balls, those through passes. It's my responsibility to pick it up. That's why it ended actually my playing career at the age of 25, because through that sweeping and picking up the loose balls, I got injured.
Yeah. And the standard of football then, I mean, we have seen it through the years from the 80s, 90s, we are in the 2000s, 2010, now we're in the 20s. The standard of football, how do you see, how was it then compared to now? And when would you say it actually went up or it went down, and what would have influenced that?
Yeah, I think we have transformed ourselves into football players that need to be paid without setting any standards for players to be paid. And that became, with all due respect, a spoiled transition. Because we as the ones who want to pay players, we never prepare ourselves as a transition. What should be in place for players to be paid? How should players behave? You see, during our time, sometimes we'll go and get a guy on a Friday afternoon when we are sitting and have some beers. And you take him and you drive to the next town to go and play there. But in the morning, he will take a jog, but take him into the field. You will see a different person, because that was about character. People show character. Now, if you compare those players with today's players, I will say that the players have talent, but they are not committed. They are not. The issue of compromise and sacrifice to get somewhere. People want everything to on a golden plate.
The players now,
Yes, the players. Nowadays, you have to go and pick up a player at home to go for training. Nowadays,
you jog to training.
You jog to the training and jog back. You see, those are the differences. I'm not saying it's not good to play. We have to pay the players, But I think the commitment from the players lacks big time. Yes.
And looking at it, the playing part, you've mentioned it, and you mentioned a powerful statement when you started when you answered this, to say that we have set a standard of payment without setting the standard of playing. Let's go to administration, the administration part. You said when you started Young Beauties, you guys contributed money to buy your first kit. You'd contribute money for traveling and then all this. Was there anybody who has said, no, this one is the chairman of the club, is going to be responsible for this. This one is the secretary. This one is this, during those days?
Yes, we had. We had a group of, our senior was Henry Scrooge.
Yeah.
He was the overall father of us.
Yeah.
But with our small committee, I was part of the committee as well. Even when we select our players, the committee sit down, do the selection, we'll come back to the bigger group, who will place them on the board, and the guys will comment, say, no, Mabos, not Mabos, Marco, that's it. And they will also give a reason why. I say, because now you are matching also the other team and say, how can we beat that team? And we have been around 19 to 21 players in Young Beauties by then. But we have rotating our team. But it was no hard feeling at the end of the day, because we know it's for the cause of the team. And that's
Would that happen nowadays?
No. you see, nowadays it's about the coach. But in the same vein, it's coach, someone has to take responsibility. So with us, it was collective. Now it's someone, the coach is the responsible person. But you must also consult. It is not that you have to consult and get other people's views and stuff. But I'm not a technical person. I would rather talk about administration.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, talking about administration, I mean, so you were part of the committee that was running Young Beauties Affairs. Is that where the spirit of administration came from?
Now, I will say leadership came to me at a very young age. I schooled from Walvis Bay in Batani up to standard. I started standard 3 there, up to standard 6. And I became a head boy, and I was standard 4 for a school standard 6. Yeah, so for
those that don't know the standards, because we have two Ks here, they don't know what standard is.
Yeah, you call it today, what do you call it? Grades.
Grade 6, grade 7,
yeah. Standard 3 was grade 5.
Yeah.
So when I reached grade 6, I became a head boy of a school of grade 8.
So just to explain, there is sub A, which is grade 1, and sub B, grade 2, and then standard 1, grade 3, standard 2, grade 4, standard 3, grade 5, and standard 4. That's grade 6, and standard 5, grade 7. Yeah.
So I actually start leadership at a very young age. But then I was 12 years old when I started leadership. So when I progressed in football,
you already have those characters, yes.
Yeah, and that's characteristics that I have developed at an early age. So in Young Beauties, I played a leadership role. Even with Orlando Pirates, we had a small players committee. I was also part of that players committee. But that was after I stabilized and became a stable player in Orlando Pirates. Not from the beginning.
From the beginning.
No, I've been struggling for 2 years.
To get into the leadership group, yes.
No, to get into the first 11.
Yes.
It took me 2 years to get in the first 11. But when I got the chance, because other clubs would come and
try and get you.
Yes, but I said, colleagues, I'll get my chance. I will fight for that place. And eventually it came, and I became, I think from end of 93, I became number 1 player.
I think that says about the character, because some players would have said, okay, I'm not playing here, let me find the easy way out and go play a team that does not have a goalkeeper.
Exactly.
Now, how do you feel about Young Beauties where they are right now?
It's a bad case. It's a very, very bad experience for us. We started with, but as you know, now I'm staying in Windhoek for 44 years. Yeah, but as I always sometimes say that, yeah, you guys from Windhoek. and actually, everybody only knows me about Orlando Pirates. They don't know my background.
That's why I said you're confusing me.
Yes, so everybody just, because I've been in all the roles in Orlando Pirates. I've been a player. Even when I've been with Orlando Pirates, I was also doing refereeing. But then it became conflicting later on, so I left that. I was a player. I was in the management. I was a chairperson at a very young age.
No, we'll come to that,
Yes,
the chairperson part.
yeah.
So with young beauties, do they call you to say, "Eish, we want to ignite the fire"? They give us some advice. Is there anybody who has approached you?
No, definitely they hear that, they'll call and say, colleagues, the team is going down while you guys are there. But sometimes it's also about your commitment. You're already so much committed here and start attending to it. But I said, no, once I'm retiring, I'll definitely spend some time with them. To revamp the team.
And the current status, if you look at in terms of the players in the national team, the South has always been known to produce talented players, number one. Number two, we don't have a team from the South in the Premier League. We haven't had one, I don't know for how many years, in the top flight in Namibia. I think if we have to say the last time we had a team, I think it was a team from Rehoboth. That was not the last time, but recently we had young Brazilians. But before that, there was really a large gap,
Yes.
a large gap of time before we had young Brazilians. I think we had friends from Rehoboth, if we consider Rehoboth as the South. So how do you feel about that? That the place where there's so much talent does not have a consistent supply of teams in the top flight?
You see, I think in the South, but be aware that currently the South have 5 teams in the first division now.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of that.
Yes,
but they're not guaranteed that they will come.
No, it's not. You're not guaranteed. I think it's more about the socio-economic situation. Yeah. So if it's so unfortunate that those teams can't perform anymore, because the players. There's a big bunch of players. Yeah, they can perform. But it's about character. As I said, even during our time, we came, about 15 players came to Windhoek. Only 3 or 4 of us
would make it
to stay in Windhoek. Because people became too quick, what do you call it?
Comfortable.
No, not comfortable. They don't want to struggle to get somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
There's a easy lifestyle they are looking, but you are not home. No,
you must
guys became homesick to go back so early. Even now, I think it will be better now. We have 2 or 3 players who is playing in Rundu now. So they are there for the past 3-4 months. So I think they are fine. So I think they will lead for the others now to start moving out. But the only thing is that guys are not committed to come out. But there are a few guys now that playing for Nampol. And some of them were supposed to play for NCS, but then due all the other football stuff, but at least they are starting slowly but surely in. But I think our focus point should be on futsal now, because futsal is a type of football the Southern people are playing. So I think if we can bring them into futsal, start playing in football, be committed to football, then you can take them to the 11 football.
You spoke about socio-economic problems in the South that contribute to a situation where we don't have a consistent supply of teams, not even players, but teams in the Premier League. But the South, I think it's one of the richest places when it comes to resources in terms of the finances. You have a harbour there, Ludrets, there's fishing, there's stuff that comes through there. You have the Orange River. We even have a dam now, and there's a border post, there's grapes that are coming from the South. There are mines that are producing things like your diamonds, your tin and whatever. How do we then, why is it that we find it difficult to go to these companies and say, guys, we have this problem in the region where you are getting resources from. Please help us.
Marco, we should know and understand our boundaries. Certain things are not meant for us to speak out, especially at certain platforms. Those reasons, I think it's not the right platform for me to pronounce myself on that one. I think we should use a better platform to pronounce out, because those things, there are so many ingredients into it, the whys and the who's and the stuff. But I think for this platform, it will not be appropriate for me to pronounce myself on it.
Yes. Okay, no, I do respect your position on that, because I I have also my reasons. Unfortunately, they don't matter at this point in time. Okay, now let's move on now to you play for Orlando Pirates. You get your chance after 2 years to be the first choice. What was the most memorable time of you that time when you played for Orlando Pirates as the first choice?
Yes, they were. I was part of the invitation team that played against the Birds foreign teams. I was even number one there. And then we have won a few cups for Orlando Pirates. One of the outstanding match that I have played was our top 16 that they won against Everton Stars in Tsumeb. We won that 1-0. I think that was one of my best games that I have played. It was not an easy day, but I show character. You see, Marco, during our time, the boys was big guys that you were playing against. And we have been small. It's not this figure that you're seeing today. I was a thinny boy. But give me the goalpost and you will know that Mabos is inside there. So I'm coming from an era that character was. Talent was part of it, but you must show character of your talent. There was a day that I got injured. We have been leading against the same African Stars, 1-0, Independence Stadium. And our coach, the idiots, ran into the field. Mabos, there's only 12 minutes left. Who do you want us to replace you with? Stand up, man. And I said, oh, Dios, I can't. Stand up. And I stood up.
And you played the 12 minutes?
I played the 12 minutes. We won 1-0 with a half a leg because my knee would get injured. So I played with a half a leg. Because that was a time that you have... Because you also know that we are playing for pride. Pride was our biggest...
If I go out and the team loses...
Yes. Oh, you know what is waiting for you. But if you are winning... Because, you know, we are playing for people. We are playing with people's emotions. It's not about you. It's about those who are supporting you.
And that time the country is young. It's the 90s, the early 90s.
Yes.
The country is very young. The national team is also, people are trying to build the national team.
Yes.
Did you get an opportunity to sort of be looked at as one of the potential goalkeepers?
No, I stopped playing in 87.
87?
When I was 25 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I got injured.
So you didn't get a chance after independence to...
I go into independence as a football administrator.
Okay.
But then I was the chairperson of Orlando Pirates.
Oh, at that time?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now let's look at Orlando Pirates at that time. How difficult was it to get into the structures of administration at Orlando Pirates? Because it's a team that is full of pride. You know, the fans, they've always been... I think we miss them at this moment. We'll talk about that later. We miss them. The fans are always there, colorful, and everybody wanted to be associated with Orlando Pirates at that time because they were winning things. They were winning tournaments and so on and so forth. How difficult was it to get there?
Yeah, when I got injured in 1987 on the 21st of September, I was already doing administration stuff with the leadership. Because in 1984, I said to Rudolph Jacobs, he was my senior at work also, and the chairperson of Orlando Pirates while I was playing. Said, but I want to go into administration one day. And they said, no, just take these two books, the Swafa Constitution, was it Central Constitution, and the Rules and Regulations. Read those things and come back to me over 2 weeks. So I got 2 weeks, I read through, and I came, he's asking some questions, and then he said, okay, now I will call someone. And he called Ziggy Freever. He passed on last week, may his soul rest in peace. And said, okay, I'll send you to Ziggy, and Ziggy will give you a position there as the secretary of the referees. And I became the secretary of the referees.
That's what were you doing there as the secretary of referees?
Referees, you are taking minutes of meetings because you have weekly meetings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of the referees and stuff. So you are taking minutes, and you are actually organizing activities for the referees and stuff. Placements, you are the ones who is sharing the placement, distributing the placements and stuff. So when I started there, and through that I was taken through the ropes by Rudolph Jacobs. And then 87, I got injured, September. 1988, then he said, okay, now you can come closer to me because you are not playing, you can't play anymore. So he took me. '89 January. Rudolf Jacobs, Mr. Katzau, Dios Engelbrecht, Mr. Siebenbok, and Mr. Isaac Kawazep. All the other three passed on, Mr. Katzau, Dios, and Mr. Kawazep. They sit down with me and say, young man, we are busy preparing you to take over as chairperson. I couldn't believe it. And they said, Tom, we are confident that you will make it. The only thing that will use it will give you Mr. Kawazep to be your PR, just to be next to you. And then we go to the AGM of Orlando Pirates. They go and introduce me, because normally there should be an election. They went there and they introduced me to the people. Ask the seniors, once we introduced you, this young man. I was 26 years old and 8 months.
And this is the chairman.
I became the chairman. Now you must see, my close brother, Joris, is still playing. Frans Kasumbu is still playing. Brian Griffith is playing. Eric Munyo is playing. Alu is, no, I think Alu was not, I think he was, so my Salat, all my, Ahab, all of them, every game, those are the guys I've been playing together, 87. Now I have to come and lead them. Those are my senior players. The first thing I did after that Sunday meeting, I said, okay, Saturday I called all of them to my place. I said, colleagues, I have something to share with you, some bribe and stuff. We're going to have some beers. And after that, we finished with the bribe. I said, okay, let's sit down, colleagues. You know what, there was a meeting on Sunday. And at that meeting, people even talk about the chairperson and the secretary and stuff. And there was some players also at that meeting. So now, the reason I invited you is just to cut off our ties now. Now you are dealing with the chairman and I'm dealing with players. The guys just start laughing and say, what is my boss? I said, but it's true. Because we cut off our ties now. Because we're no colleagues, more players. Now you're talking to a chairperson and I'm talking to the players. And then it started like that. And everybody started respecting the position. I said, okay, our chairman. And then that year we played 89. The team from Angola came here. Was it Perto Luanda? And they played the Saturday against Young Ones. They beat Young Ones 7-0. And then Hendrik Christians and 5 of them came to me. Hey, please, Mabos, you must add some other players for our teams. I said, no, I will never do that. I know I have a team that can compete. This Saturday evening, I called my players together with the coach, where the white man was coaching us, Richard. And then we sit down and we discuss our plans together with the team. Me, myself, as the chairperson, the coach and the players. We played 0-0. And all of a sudden, these guys said, no, we have to invite you to Angola to come for a rematch. But during my leadership, one of the important things was that you must show authority. And nowadays, that's one thing that lacks in our leadership. Authority, but understand the subject matter, where you have to apply your authority. You see, football...
Don't be power hungry.
Yes. No. Football, biggest problem is that we have so many people that are passionate for the game. But in their passionate, everybody wants to become relevant without understanding the subject matter. People doesn't want to go through. And I will always telling you and say, if you talk about my career, I can mention to you my mentors through whom I came through to become where I am today. But 90% of the people, starting from a coach or administrator, if you ask him, who's your mentor?
Nothing.
So no, what do I need a member? But if you are struggling in things, you need to fall back on someone for advice. And that's where our problem is. Everybody is part of football, but few of them understand the subject matter of football. What is required if you are an administration, if you became a chairperson, if you became a coach, what type of characteristics is needed? Because if you are called chairperson, you are not dealing with Mabos characters. You have to deal with the chairperson's
Character, yes.
characteristics, which is required from the chairperson. And that's, I think, we can't differentiate between those two things. And that's where our challenge comes in.
We're in class now. You're teaching me.
Yeah, because the passion is there. But the sacrifice and the commitment. For example, I'm here today in the NF's office. But I was a volunteer in football for 30 years. You see?
Volunteering.
I was volunteering for 30 years in football.
No,
I started administration in 1989 as a chairperson of Mabos Vries.
No,
I came in this office 2020. So all these years, I was a volunteer.
Yeah. You're talking about that. That's a very profound statement that you volunteered for 30 years. We see leaders nowadays, they're into football to benefit from football, not to benefit football. I don't know if you are making sense. There are people who come into football to eat, if I may put it that way, even though it's not even though it's not a nice word. But that's what it is.
But that's why I'm telling you. You see, in football, you must follow someone's pathway in football. You see, that's one of the reasons I said I don't want to talk about me. Because sometimes it looks like I'm boasting. But I went through all the levels of football. The only thing that's missing is probably the executive of NFA. But I've been in all the structures of football. So today, people are coming today in football without even understanding the football guidelines. If someone goes to a meeting without his constitution and his rules and regulation, then I give you minus 10 points already. Because those are your guiding documents that must carry you in that meeting. When people start deliberating on matters and issues, you need to have references and say, colleagues, in terms of this article, people think that I'm one of those who knows football. No, I know the football guidelines, which guides me and I understand them and how and where to apply them. Because that's also other thing. How to apply them, and when to apply them. So those are the things. Now, in today's football, either team, I need for promotion. When I'm there, then I want also be promoted.
I must also sit at the
some way.
Yes.
And I think that's why people are rotating coaches in Namibia. But are they rotating administrators? Are they rotating administrators? The question is, where are they to be rotated?
Yeah.
Where are they to be rotated?
But we have enough administrators in Namibia, football administrators.
Yes.
We do have.
With a lot of football administrators. With passion. All I'm saying is that, do they understand the subject matter they are in? That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Let's look at Orlando Pirates. They're in the first division now. Last year they didn't start off well. There was a lot of fights in the background. They couldn't register players because somebody had done that. Somebody had kept these documents. Somebody had done all these things. Where Orlando Pirates is today, how does it sit with you?
It's painful. I'm a product of Orlando Pirates. If I was not Orlando Pirates, you will not know me. I'm a product of Orlando Pirates. And I'm a product of Orlando Pirates through some people's sacrifices. During our playing days, there were people who were supporting us through their own pockets. Today, if I look back to those houses, money is spent to us, which is supposed to be spent by the grandchildren today. And that's why Orlando Pirates is very close to my heart. But sometimes you have to move on, although you are sympathetic for the team. When advice is needed, I will always be there. But at the current stage, especially where I'm sitting now, I can't go down. If I was not there, for sure, definitely, I will definitely play a part in Orlando Pirates.
I understand you're saying you can't go down there. But when those things were happening at the beginning of last season, were you able to go and say and bring A and B together and say, guys, this is an institution. let's forget our characters, let's forget our faces, let's forget our names. Let's look at this institution and let's fight for this institution.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at your rivals, Black Africa, look at where they are now.
No, I did it.
You did it.
You see, as I said, there are certain things you must also know your boundaries. So you can't expose yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely I was there to make sure that they could set up a structure where a team could go and play. Yes. Although it was behind the scenes, but definitely I was there.
When you retire, would you go back to Orlando Pirates or Young Beauties and assume an active role?
You see, it's so unfortunate. I'm looking to my seniors who have retired. None of them want to be deal with football. But this football is so in my blood. I even said to my wife, it's so unfortunate. If I retired now, I need to find some way in football, a space. Because for me, I've sitting with so much knowledge and experience. I need to give it back. Yeah, from a neutral point. Currently, boundaries. Yeah. But from a neutral point, I need to give back to football. And one of the things is, even if I should set up a school for administrators, just to train administrators, future leaders in football. Because you can't become a football leader as a chairperson or as a president without going through the pathway, without knowing I have been there today, I'm here, and so forth. These things that we are jumping certain phases in games hour, and then you are struggling, and that's what football are currently experiencing.
And
in general.
And now looking at it, you spoke that for 30 years you were volunteering, and then all of a sudden in 2020, not all of a sudden, but obviously you earned the badges, you earned the stripes for you to be at the office of the Namibia Premier Football League under the auspices of the Namibia Football Association. Was it a surprise that you were chosen for that position?
Actually, I compromised my political career in football.
Okay.
I was a candidate to become a president in 2020.
Of the Namibia Football Association?
Yes. So I compromised my political career. Because the guy said, because I have experience, I've been running MPL for 11 years.
Yeah.
So I've sitting with this experience. So the guy said, Mabos, is it not better for you to assist us setting up this league? Because we will be struggling, because you are one of the most vast experience when it comes to league administration. So I said, okay, colleagues, it's fine, I will assist. That's how I get into the office.
Okay, so you withdraw from the presidency of the NFA to assume the duties at the NPFL.
Yeah.
How did you take that? Did you take it with a good heart, or you said, look, I'm throwing away a bigger position?
No, for me, I'm a servant of football. I'm serving football. It's not about me.
It wasn't personal?
No, I'm serving football. You see, I'll give you an example. When we started the first management committee, in the Premier League, clubs were getting 20,000 per year. Those are the time that the Ramblers and the SKWs and the Fixed Civics were the top teams.
Yes.
Because there was no funding here for other clubs. So they couldn't match
what
to keep the best players with the other three clubs. And then we start negotiating. And then we've been given a platform to address the sponsors. That was the time of the consortium.
Yes.
And I was leading that group of presenting the MPL case. And then the sponsor realized and said, but here's the product. And they said, from the 20,000, the next year we got 150,000.
Per club.
Per club. And that was the time, and the history is there. From that year up to now, the league have been won by the Kadatura 4 between the four of them. Because now they could start luring the players back and start competing with other teams.
The bigger
yes. So from there on, the next season we got 300,000. So as I say, but in the same vein, the time that we left football, we got a sponsorship of 20 million for the MPL.
Yeah.
What we got as management committee was $1,500 per month. Yes, because what was it was to improve football, not
yes.
improve our lives.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is more that I'm always focusing on. Be a servant of football.
Of football, yeah.
Yes.
So would you consider in the future to run for the presidency of the Namibia Football Association?
Those are politics, bro.
Yeah,
For now, I will not. If the invite comes,
Yeah.
you see, I could be a chairperson of the league. I could be the president in the past, but I'm not. I will never impose myself on people. If people come and say, "Mabos, can you consider this?" I will do it, but not imposing me on people who said, "I want to become the president."
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is too much.
That's too much, okay. Looking at the Namibia Premier Football League, it's a new baby. Well, 5 years old now. It hasn't been a smooth start. How difficult was it for you and your team, if you had any team at that particular moment in time, to set up the Namibia Premier Football League, seeing that the Namibia Premier League had been sort of not erased, but it was suspended by the NFA, the Normalization Committee at that particular moment in time, and now you have to come and set up this rival sort of organization. How difficult was it?
Marcos, some in life, most things happen through relationships. And one thing that people probably don't understand is that life is about relationships. And relationship determines what will be the end result or what you are expecting. It was not an easy ride because, the first year, 4 teams didn't participate from the previous 16.
Yes.
But what we set up is that, colleagues, it will be no use for us to start a full-fledged league. But as an entry level, let's start with what I call traditional leagues to transit ourselves to the next level instead of starting. In that idea have been bought. Everybody start boarding into the idea of let's start with a transitional league.
Transitional league.
Yes. Just to start feeling the waters, even for those who are outside. To start feeling the waters. And the next season, through the Normalization Committee, the other clubs joined. There was discussions back and forth. But at the end of the day, we won that all 16 clubs could come together. And even during the time that they've been outside, there was always some talks. Colleagues, consider your position. Then back to me, but you're not also considering your position. But at the end of the day, football was a winner. And we got all 16 teams. But as I said, everything starts with relationship. You must have relationships.
Yeah.
And even if you disagree, don't fight with people who do not need each other tomorrow morning. Because you don't know how to face the person tomorrow morning, because your fight yesterday night was so bad that you can't face the person the next morning. So
obviously there were like a coin. There were two sides between those teams. When they sit in the table, how difficult was it for you as the administrator to get them to listen to each other, to get them to debate football, not politics but football, because there were two sides of the coin?
Yeah, even up to today, it's that there are differences between them, and the beautiful thing, or the good thing for me, is that they are looking up to me and said, let's go to Mabos, let's sit down with Mabos. We have different views on it. And then I will guide. But it comes of diplomacy also. You need to know what to say and what not to say. Yeah. And because I'm a motorway, I'm always saying, whenever I'm saying something, it shouldn't divide people. It should bring people together. And once you have that in your mind, my duty is to keep people together. But what I'm saying should keep them together. And at the end of the day, how I am with them, because sometimes their views are also different with my views. Yeah. But it's about how I dealing with those matters. Yes. Yeah. And let them also understand. It's not that they are satisfied every time, but it's also about respect towards each other.
Yeah.
Something you are compromising based on respect towards each other. Although you are not in agreement with it, but the fact that you have that respect towards each other, that make things easy for the rest of us. But sometimes, or not most of the issues is about people doesn't respect each other. Then once that respect comes into play, I think it will be easy for us to going forward.
Yeah. Obviously, we are playing association football at the moment. The association has to source funds for you guys and make sure that you guys, are sustainable. How has that been going?
It's actually, in the beginning, it worked out. But I think the biggest cry from the members was, we need independency.
Yeah.
That independency have been given to them now.
We'll come to that one. Yeah. I'm looking at the issue of finances. You need to give grants to the clubs. You need to pay the referees. You need to pay the stadiums, and that responsibility sits with the association. We know that the 2025-2026 season, the sponsorship has not been finalized. From what we have read in the media, or what we have read in the media, the NFA only managed to get 10 million at the moment. How tough is it running a league knowing that we don't have enough? Yes.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But the good thing is the executive works around the clock to ensure that they find additional funding before the end of the year. Yeah. So they had that meeting last week. They have deliberated on it, and they are eager and very positive
about
it. That they will get the money. It's not only the Premier League; it's all of football. You must know that NFA consists of 62 leagues, who is playing association football. From these 62 leagues, and that's one thing that people think that, why is football so mismanaged or whatever? It's not about mismanagement. Football is a complex institution when it comes to administration, because we are running grassroots football as well.
But the NPFL is not the grassroots.
No, as well. I said
as well. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So we are in 121 constituencies of this country. It's the only sport that is played in 121 constituencies
in the country.
In this country, in which is all of them are registered with the NFA. Yeah. So we have a big pool. I can tell you, we are sitting with 22,000 players that are playing football, women and men.
Those are big numbers.
We are playing per season. We are playing 14,800 matches.
Those are big numbers.
Those are big numbers. And you have to manage it. But now...
But with those big numbers, why are we struggling to get finances?
Let me come to the point. Let me come to the point. Now, these big numbers are managed by volunteers. Apart from Football House, we have only 5 people who is running full-time football. Is it fair? And then you expect the best results?
We are going to come to your office with your 5 people.
No, I'm talking about outside. I'm not talking about the NFA house.
Yeah, outside the NFA. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. The issue of as NPFL, the issue of infrastructure is a big one. We are 5 games into the season. We have already seen a couple of matches being postponed because we don't have infrastructure. How do you deal with that? Can you just give us an idea of what is needed on a weekend of football? First division, Premier League, second division, third division, women's football, women's first division.
The biggest challenge is in Windhoek. Currently, we only have the Namibian Stadium available now. Okay, UNAM will be available from next weekend. But we have been playing our first 5 rounds with only Independence Stadium available in Windhoek. Fortunately enough, some of the games have been played outside Windhoek. Now let me take you to Urundu. Urundu have national Premier League, first division, second division, 2 third divisions streams that they're playing. So all those 5 leagues are using one field. Luckily enough, they've decided only the Premier League in the first division will use
the main stadium.
Yeah, in the Runu Stadium. The rest of them are playing on gravel. Windhoek, we are competing in Windhoek for fields, and all these stadiums are owned privately, apart from Independence. We have 6 teams in Windhoek, which should be winning base. You have 3 teams that it should be in the first division, which is winning base. You have Women's Super League with 9 teams. You have the third division. You have the second division. Then you have all these academies and stuff.
And social league.
Social leagues. Now, social league is using our technical center for Thursdays and Friday matches, and Wednesdays and Thursdays. But then, even for training purposes, there's no stadium. But now we are, from the NFA side, we are promoting smart partnership for the clubs towards the schools, and so that's why you've seen we also launched the school sports. Yeah, so that we can start engaging football at school level, where the established clubs can join partnerships with those schools.
Yeah. And the other issue that has been coming through is the issue of referees. I even saw another letter today. The payment of referees. I know it doesn't fall with the office, but it affects what you do as NPFL. Why are we struggling with the payment of referees?
No, Marco, we are not struggling with payments of referees.
But they are not paid.
No, yeah, that's why you must get the
whole picture.
The background. Referees are visiting every weekend. We are paying for referees transport every weekend. We are paying meals to referees. If a referee overshadows a weekend match, we are paying $750 for referees for meals. We give them 1 meal at the rate of $150. What sometimes outstanding is the appearance fees, because that is a bulk amount. If I tell you now that in the Premier League, what we are spending per weekend on referees is between 70 and 80,000. That's only on transport, meals, and accommodation. We give them decent accommodation. Why are we not talking about the positive side also? That is what we are spending, and I can give you proof of it. Yes. Last weekend, the week before last weekend, we spent 65,000 on referees, and that is on meals, accommodation, and transport.
Transport, yes.
Yeah, we give them decent. They are sleeping at the bed and breakfast. We give them 5 meals. Apart from the breakfast they have Saturday morning and Sunday morning, you give them 5 full meals, 1 meal at the rate of $150. Those are the things that they are doing. We are not saying, all we are saying is that if the funds doesn't allow us, we will not pay you on time on it, but we make sure that when you're going to do the service, that you got all the required tools and resources to do it to the best of your ability. Yes.
Yeah, and the other part of football that most people don't really look at it is the issue of the medical side. The ambulances, your first aiders. Of course, the clubs have their own, but the league has to provide that. Do we have enough in Namibia for our Premier League, First Division, and so on and so forth?
You see, I need to say when it comes to the medic, is that these people are peanuts from us, because that's what we can afford. But what we are expecting from them is an ambulance with the stretcher and 2 to 4 stretch carriers.
Carriers, yeah.
Yeah, which is also first aid people.
And the ambulance must be fully equipped.
Yes. Now, if I tell you that we are paying these people 1,500, 1,000 to 1,500. The other day we have been sitting in a discussion with one potential sponsor of us, and when you give them that rate, you go out to the market and got the market-related rates, and he was laughing at us and said, "Are you sure these people are giving you services?" Yes, they came with full equipped ambulances on that fee. So people think that there's a lot of money in football, and we are taking that money for ourselves. It's about what is in the kitty, and these people who are compromising their businesses to assist our football. And those are SMEs who is taking our hand and say, "Colleagues, okay, we will help you out." for that for $1,500. Some $1,000. They're working for $1,000 even. So it's the same with the securities. We can't go out to establish security companies because the rate we are paying, it's not comparable with the market related rate.
But now, if we compromise on security, because it happened, I was even going to come there. It happened in one match, not this past season, the one that finished, but the previous one, when the last match was African Stars versus Orlando Pirates. I counted the security guards, there were 8. And African Stars was getting their trophy that day. And we at Independence Stadium, and it was chaos.
You see, for the what you called level A matches, we are supplying 20 from our side. It's a club's responsibility also to beef up security. We did last year. We did a security course that CAF was conducted here in Namibia, so that the clubs can have security officers for themselves. Through that, they can start have stewards from the clubs, and that will make the burden easy.
Yes, yeah.
Because why we are doing this, it's responsible of the club, but due to the club's capacity, we are taking over the role. Even the stadiums, it's not our responsibility, but we are assisting. In terms of our rules and regulations, those are responsibilities of the clubs. But we compromise on that and say, okay, let's assist in this part. We'll give you 15 level B, level A will give you 20, what we are paying for, but beef up whatever is needed. So the clubs must also come to the party to ensure that, because we can't compromise on security.
We
can't compromise on security. So we are assisting you, but it's your responsibility. You must also come to the, but then the issue is, clubs will say they don't have the funds for it. Now, when I'm talking about funding, what I have observed in our football, and it also goes in line with the commitment of the players and stuff, our teams are going to contracts of players. Players are paid bonuses for winning matches. But then I ask the question, if you are paying a bonus per match, why are you paying a player when the team is number 12 and you're paying a bonus for winning one match, but you are still number 11 or number 12? Does it make sense? Where's the performance-related bonus? It should be so. If you are in certain brackets, then you should be entitled to a bonus. But you can't be number 12. Okay, probably for relegation purposes, you said, okay, colleagues, for this game, if we get these 3 points, I will give you.
So
but not for every game. You are number 10, you are number 11. So I think those are and that's it's aligned with what I said, the transition of start paying players. We didn't prepare ourselves. We didn't put our dots together and say, what is it that we require to start paying players? And how can we structure the package of the players? Now, a player get a flat salary of 7,000 per month. If the club is performing, or not, he's entitled to 7,000.
7,000, yes.
So we need to start thinking about performance-related contracts for the players as well. Training, because that's one of the things. Coaches, players are not attending training 100%. Why should you wait for the afternoon session? Go and train in the morning. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Marco, we lost one game against Black Africa. It was a 2-0 or something. And one supporter came into the dressing room and said, the team is playing good, we only need a goalkeeper. And I was looking and it was actually my uncle also. And I was looking to him and said, Ish, should I answer him? I said, no. The next morning,
you went to training?
2 weeks on the road. I was not waiting for the afternoon training. And then we beat Black Africa over 3 weeks. We beat them that day. And he came to me, hugged me, and said, hey, my sister's son. I said, yeah, but
you're the same guy
you,
who came to
but
the
you
test.
encouraged me the other day.
Yeah. Okay. Administrative wise, you spoke about having 5 people outside football running football. In your office, administrative wise, do you have enough people to run football in the NPFL
No,
office?
currently we're 3 people. We are 3 with me. Yes.
So it's you, Tovi,
No, not Toby. It's me, Lorraine, and Mervin.
and Mervin.
Yes.
Are you guys enough to run the league?
No, even we are divided. Even Mervin is responsible for the Women's Super League. Me and Lorraine take the punch of the MPFL.
And the first divisions?
South divisions, no, they have their own executives.
Executives.
Yes.
So they run themselves outside.
Yes. But all of them are volunteers. And that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it that we have 3 people running the NPFL?
Resources, because of resources. It's not about only the 3 of us. We have the support levels. Competition is supporting us. Media is supporting us. But there are also
But
other
it's not
stuff.
their core. It's not their core.
Yes,
business.
yeah. It's only the,
Because I'm looking at, for example, we've never had a press conference from you, for example. We have never had anything from the marketing team at the NPL saying there is no innovations from the marketing department of the NPFL, not of the NFA, the NPFL. Is there a department called the marketing department at NPFL?
we don't have.
Exactly. The finances, who is doing the finances? Who gives the qualified or the unqualified audits? Who's responsible for the distribution of audits?
That's why I'm saying that's good that the executive, the colleagues, looking at all these factors, let's give that independence. You see, these things could be done a long time ago. But as we rightfully said, you also asked me the question, how do you feel when you got that position to start the league? Because it was 2 camps in to bring these people together. It was not an easy ride here, but at least we are 80%. We are there. We can talk. They start talking the same language. They start demanding the same things. So at least 80% is there. So the 20%, when they are independent, we'll work on it. But now we'll start with this process now. We'll not wait for next year. We'll call our first meeting by next week, and we'll sit down and deliberate how we'll start with this transition. Because we have to work on, and so we can answer all those questions that you have asked me now. Because they should be built into that plan.
Into the plan.
Yes.
Well, you have introduced the good news that was announced by the Football Association, the Namibia Football Association, to say the league is going independent for the 2026-2027 season. How important is this announcement?
One thing that's outstanding there is that first question that I will ask is that was our desire, or was their desire, to go independent? How ready are we?
No, the desire was there, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
But now, the proof will be there. When you ask for it, do you have some plans how to transit?
I think that's a question you should answer to us today. Are we ready to have a league independent in Namibia?
I will say we are ready to have it.
If you have to rate it,
There are only 3 things that needs. If you want to go outside independently, are you prepared to compromise and sacrifice? Those commitments must be first, those 2. Why I'm saying that? If you get less, or you say because now you are independent, or you say I will not play football because I got less. It comes with responsibilities. So you must first tell yourself that I'm prepared to compromise and sacrifice.
Yes. If you have to rate it from 0 to 100%, how ready are we?
Now I will say 20% for now.
20%?
Yes.
To run an independent league?
Yes.
In terms of finances, do we have the finances to run an independent league? Are we going to be able to raise the finances to run an independent league?
You see, in football, there's no way that you'll question that football, it's a business entity. But now, how do you package yourself to create a product that you can go to take it to the market? That is what we need to address. How do you want to package it to become a product that you can sell to other people? Now, that is where we are now. To say that, colleagues, what do we need? Because our aim is to have something better. That should be the point. Our situation should be better than where we're coming from. It should not be worse than that.
Yeah.
So now, what do we need to do that? Is that it starts with your club first. Because my view is that if the clubs are committed, if the clubs have the foundation on which a league can stand, then we can survive. What does it do with that? What I mean by that is that if the clubs can take responsibility, whatever happened in a league, and not playing a blame game to the league, which is owned by them, which they are members of, because they are blaming themselves. That's that we're not realizing. Whatever I'm saying into the public, I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
That is only a structure for us to play football, but it's us.
But what I'm getting from you is, you are saying to me, there is the commitment from the club, no doubt about it. There is the commitment from the NFA to say we want the league to be alone, no doubt about it. But what I'm getting from you is we need to. Now I'm going to ask you, what have we done in preparation for us to go independent? What is it that has been done? What is the foundation? You spoke about foundation. What is the foundation?
Yes, Margot. I've been tasked to lead this process.
Yes.
And for me, as I said, the first things, even before I present the roadmap of it, the commitment must first be there.
No, there's
no commitment yet.
There's no commitment.
That's why I'm saying there was a wish. Those are wishes. What I'm saying is that people should say, colleagues, for us to drive this process, we need to understand that we have to compromise and sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the most important thing. If you have that ingredient, that element of taking you forward, then I said we are good to go.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that roadmap, I can put everything on the paper. But if the commitment is not there, because if I said, colleagues, if you go independent, each club must have 100,000 in your bank account. What will you say?
They must have it.
Because that is your commitment. Because you are talking about professional football. But the professionalism should start from the club.
From the club themselves. Now.
Because the league can set standards. But if the clubs can't comply with those standards,
then we're not going anywhere.
Yes.
Give me 5 of the most important things that you need for you to make this process a success. Just 5. The most important one. You spoke about commitment. You spoke about sacrifices. Give me the other 3.
The other one, the first one, I will say is that club structures, full structures. And then we came in with the club licensing, the requirements of a club licensing. Clubs must have an office. How
many of our clubs have offices?
Those are the questions that stands. And I'm talking about the basics. I'm talking about the basics. The club must have at least one full-time administrator. There must be a media officer. There must be a security officer. You must have a coach who is full-time employed by you. We must get away of coaches working in the morning, players working in the morning, come and train in the afternoon. At least 10-15% is fine. But you're sitting with a bunch of 50%, 60% players.
Is that feasible?
But that's why you talk about independency with what? Is it with a professional league that you want to be independent, or for what do you want to be independent? Those are the questions that should be asked and answered. Do you want a professional league to be independent, or do you want a league, top-tier league, that should be outside independent, work towards a professional league?
Well, how much money does the NPFL have in their coffers right now, besides the sponsorship?
No, we only rely on sponsorship. There's no way that you're going to make a savings every year, break even or minus.
So you don't have a
That's a nature. That's a nature of our game. And by the way, with the current amateur structures that we have, there's no way you can say I have savings in football, because even what you get from CAF or FIFA, it's not to save. It's to grow football. That money comes to grow football.
So whatever comes, goes.
I think the last time that we have savings was with MPL. That was in 2010, 2011. I can recall.
Wow. Interesting. I know I've kept you longer than I had expected to, but unfortunately I can't let you go without you answering the few questions. The future of Namibian football, where do you see it going?
Hey, that's a good question. All I can say is I'm very much concerned.
You're scaring me. I think we're going very well up to until now. Now you're scaring me.
You see, where we are, to dream about the next level, I think I should start there. My biggest concern is that as long as I am not seeing administrators and future leaders that I can identify and say, those are our future leaders, I will always have sleepless nights. That makes me to have sleepless nights, is that can I count 15, 10 people that I said, those are my outstanding administrators. Those are the ones on which we can rely. And I think that is where sitting down and say, do I personally see growth for football? Or what more can I do to succeed in it, developing those? Because it's also, you need a good bunch of people that you can rely on. Because nowadays, because what we are having in football is that today it's Marco, tomorrow is Mabos, tomorrow is B. That consistency is also not there. Because everybody wants to be relevant in football, but the impact you are making in football, that should be counted. Because it's about, I'm in front, but do I make impact when I'm in front? Do I driving a cause? Did I understand? Marco, I said to you already, if someone comes to a meeting without without statutes or constitution and rules and regulations, I give you -10 already. Because those are the basics that makes an administrator. That is the basics that make a football leader. Those are the Bibles that you need to read and understand and apply where applicable. And I think that is a part that we are lacking. But we can grow if all of us wants to see football growing.
My boss, we can spend the whole day talking football. We didn't speak about women's football. We didn't speak about juniors. We didn't speak about the requirements from these clubs. What you guys are going to require in terms of, yes, we touched here and there, but there is a lot to speak about when it comes to football. And unfortunately, our time has run out for this. But before I let you go, as a former player, I want you to give me 11 of your best players that you played with first, and then another 11 that you have witnessed or that you have administered playing, or that you have enjoyed seeing playing. So we start with the ones that you played alongside, that you played against during your days.
Sure. It is a tough one.
It's not tough. It's just 11.
Let me start from the strikers.
No, start from the goalkeeper.
I can only talk about those who have been before me, especially in goalkeeping.
The goalkeeper, which one would you say this was the creme de la creme?
Okay, I watched Jafet as a small boy.
Jafet?
Elau,
okay.
He was the best for me. Okay, from the back.
So we have Javed Elau in goals, okay?
Yeah. Then you have Steve Stefanas, you have Alu Hummel, Eric Munoz on the left, big man on the right, midfield. That one is midfield. You have Brian Greaves, Ambrosius 5, Aga Ogam. Strikers, you have Norris, Steven Damasep, Joris Afrikaner.
I'm at 2K, they are wondering, they've never heard any of those names, but we'll try and get some of those players to come here. And those that you have seen play, that you have administered yesterday, or you have seen play, you have heard about them. And
goalkeeping, Jiva.
But why are you not including yourself?
Jiva was my best. He was my role model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. And then Albert Chero, George Karizep, Mike Awasep left back, in the middle Mendos, then midfield Lagi Bostaner, Coco was on the left, Coco, Lagi, then forwards Dale, Snever, who was the other one? Oh yeah, in the midfield, Mila Herze. Yeah. And then fourth is, what is the boy? Snever, Dale from Tigers. And on the left, yeah, Lagrichter.
May his soul rest in peace. And it's funny to me because you didn't mention anyone that played after 2000.
No.
So that tells me a lot. That says a lot that there's still a long way to go. Mabos, thank you very much for affording us your time. And all we can say from us here at Game Time with Marco is that good luck with setting up our Namibia Premier Football League outside the NFA. It's going to be a tough job, but we know that you are capable of doing it. You have done it before. I mean, we have the NPFL up and running. It shouldn't be such a difficult job to say we are going into uncharted waters. Something that has been done before, and I think we've learned from the mistakes from before. Moving forward, it should be easy. Mabos, thank you very much.
Thank you, my man.
And all the best going forward.
No, for sure. We'll make things happen. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll make things happen.
That was another super edition of Game Time with Marco. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time, and I know I've said goodbye to him, but the last thing from him, who would you love to see sitting there next? Where you are sitting?
Yes, that's a good question. Let me have. Who else?
Whose story you think would be interesting? And
I think Marcus.
Marcus,
the VP.
The VP.
Yes.
Okay.
He's also coming along.
We should be able to get the VP. We do have his phone numbers. We'll be getting him to come through. Thank you very much, my boss, and it is goodbye from me.